Good morning, everybody. Hi. It's been a long time since I've seen you, right? Yesterday we did a video. Right now, we've got a really cool thing going on. We've got Scott Galindez. He's live. He's in Iowa. He's at a community church. They are getting ready to go perform direct action. This is a direct action somewhere in Iowa against the Bakken DAPL pipeline, the Dakota Access Pipeline. And there's been a lot of movement on that, but we're not done. We're not even close to being done. The reason we've been able to make the changes we've made so far is by putting pressure on publicly, and so we're going to continue to do that. But Scott's got somebody lined up here ready to be interviewed. Scott, you go right ahead here. Just take it on in, and I'm going to switch on over to you guys. Everybody understand there's going to be a bit of a delay as we cut over to the LiveU Solo with Scott and the interview. So here we go.
Here with one of the, are you a landowner that's going to be affected by the pipeline?
I'm a landowner whose neighbor's land on pipe is and
So it seems to the Iowa Association Utility Board they're in it too?
just the Iowa Utility Board. Iowa Utilities Board, and that's the entity in the state that granted the permit for construction.
Okay, we're ready. Hello, I'm here with one of the, are you a landowner that's going to be affected by the pipeline?
I'm a landowner whose neighbor's land the pipe is already laid in. We were officially on the route from the beginning, but we just have one little acre, so they veered right around us and went into our neighbor's land. And a lot of my neighbors have faced condemnation through eminent domain. Some did sign agreement at the last minute when I saw the writing on the wall before the utilities board made the decision. We're definitely affected because we see it and hear it every single day.
Okay, and your name and...
My name is Kathy Holfer. I live in Menango, Iowa. That's in Jasper County.
And where today you're going to risk arrest. Why are you willing to risk arrest to stop the pipeline?
Well, it's scary to think about being arrested. Truthfully, I've never been arrested. I've never had an altercation with an officer before. I plan to be arrested very peacefully. All of us plan to be arrested peacefully, but we will make our point, and we will continue to take action until we stop the pipeline. And that's the reason I'm doing it. We're going to stop the pipeline.
What's your understanding of the current situation? I know that Obama administration stopped construction on a portion of the pipeline in North Dakota, but some of the headlines say that he's halted all construction on the pipeline. Is that true?
Well, there's so much news about it, I can't even keep up, and I may not even have the latest, but I understand that there's a 40-mile stretch in North Dakota where the construction has been halted for now by the federal government after a federal judge decision not to stop it, and then the Obama administration stepped in and stopped it. But we want that to be halted everywhere. We want Dakota Access to pack it up and go home.
And so currently the construction today is still going on in Iowa?
Yes. It has begun in many places. Behind my house, the pipe has been already in and buried. They have some pipe exposed still that they're waiting to leak up for final transport, under some pathways and roads and things, but pipe is in the ground. In other places, they're just starting clearing of trees and grading of land, and they'll eventually trench and put pipe in. But we want to stop it as soon as we can, so less dysfunction of the earth, and ultimately no contamination of our waters when the pipeline leaks.
Okay, and so John, we go back to you. I know there's a lot of confusion out there as to whether the construction has stopped, because a lot of the headlines say Obama stops pipeline, but that's not the case. It's only the section in North Dakota.
Right. So just a question, Scott. So what more has to be done? I mean, my understanding from the government side of things is that this doesn't stop the companies from doing what they want to do. They just ask them to stop, right? We still have to force the companies to stop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys. I was doing my best to get a question out there to Scott, but obviously he didn't hear me. We've got some technical issues
You've
here.
seen the movie Suffrage?
So give me 1 second, everybody.
Actually, it's the same predicament where women's rights.
I'm turning the audio down on Scott in that room. So that was a nice interview with somebody who's going off to perform direct action, somebody who's already been affected by what's going on. Laura, live and good, you there? Give me a second, everybody. It looks like we got some, I'm not able to reach everybody in the back room. We'll be right back with you. All right, everybody, here's what's going on. We thought we were going to do some interviews. Get out of my face, bug. There's a bug in here. We thought we were going to do some interviews this morning from where they are, and we got one interview, but now we're going to pack up and leave because the rest of the interviews, it seems much better to have happen on site. They have to travel to the site. I'm not even sure where the site is. So I'm going to kill this stream. We're going to create a new stream, and that will be the one for when they get there. So there's no point in letting this event just run on. I'm going to kill all the live events. You're going to see a new live event show up. That's going to be for on-site for this protest, this direct action protest. So this is Bold, Iowa. I will have that link up for you guys. We'll push it out in Twitter, and we'll get you guys there. Scott, 1:30? One 1:30 Central Time, correct? All right. So you guys can't hear Scott. You can hear. So 1:30 Central. That means 2:30 Eastern. We will be rolling on whatever's going on, direct action, wherever they're going. Do you know where they're going yet, Scott?
It's on the construction site in Iowa. That's
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
You guys can hear what Scott just said. It's on the construction site in Iowa. So, I had him all low there. There's Scott. You can hear him. Anyway, anything else you want to tell everybody, Scott, before we get out of here? Anything you heard there?
No, just that, like I was pointing out during the interview, there's a lot of the headlines make it seem like that Obama halted all construction of the pipeline, but that's not true.
That's a good point to bring up. So everybody who's watching right now, and I will get in the conversation with you guys when we're back on the live event. I saw the headlines too, and some of them made it sound like the most fantastic thing. Obama stops pipeline, and Justice Department does its job, and no, not quite. So there's a hiatus. They're going to review it, but basically they understand that due to public pressure, and Scott, this is my framing on it, because of the public pressure, they've had to stop, right?
Yeah. The judge ruled against the Native Americans, and they wanted to continue, and Obama, instead of honoring the judge's ruling, he stopped anyway.
Right. So think about that. I mean, that's how screwed up this is. And I'm just going to lay this down. When you have a corrupt system with corrupt judges and corrupt Justice Department, you have a guy who's like, screw the Native Americans, screw the pact, screw the treaties we made with them, screw the fact that it's their sacred land. We're going to run this pipeline through here anyway. Eminent domain. And that's a grievous abuse of power by the government that we can only change. Scott, correct me if I'm wrong. We can only change this if we take our place in power. We need to take back the positions of power and rewrite legislation, right?
Right.
So, what I was going with the direct action, everybody, is that the only reason Obama was forced to make any kind of change at all is because of what's happening publicly. It's because of the boots on the ground, the people out there getting bit by dogs, the people out there being arrested, being abused, being treated like shit by this fossil fuel company. So we're gonna honor them, respect them, and we're gonna bring as much of that live protest via Scott Galindez as we can today. So 1:30, stay with us. That's Central Time. All right. So it'd be 11:30 here in Portlandia. So we've got about an hour and a half to go. I will see you guys then. Look for the new event on politicalrevolution.tv. I'll also try to, we're streaming on Bernie TV Channel 1. I don't know if there's anybody, let's see, it says like 2 people on Bernie TV Channel 1, if you all are there. Scott's going to go, get set up. I've got Laura with me. Laura Live and Good here is in the hangout. She's going to be checking up on comments and doing moderation. I know we've got Judy out there and some other volunteers. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to kill this stream, and we will see you in a little bit. Our revolution continues.